sometimes I kind of envy my childhood. Going downstairs or going out of bed on a Saturday morning really early, sitting down on the couch, turn on TV, and what comes on but this. Yes, Batman the Animated Series is the first introduction to the DC Universe. Hello, my friends, and welcome to my history with the DC Universe. This is not going to be about the history of the DC Universe. Sorry if it's a confusing title or if I misled you. It's just going to be my personal history and how DC Universe has influenced me. And the reason why I'm doing this is because now we have the New 52 and we also have the DC Universe Online. So, what I'm going to do is just give you a brief little background, talk a little bit about this, that, and the other thing about how DC has impacted me. And DC and I have a love-hate relationship, and you'll see why. So, like I was saying before, I would watch Batman the Animated Series every single weekend. I loved the animated series. Like any other animated series, Spider-Man or X-Men, but no, Batman the Animated Series was the most influential show I could remember from my childhood. And, it just really shows on the popularity of today, of the fans, on how everything has become, Batman. Even I'm a Batman fan myself. So, I kind of guess I could be a little bit biased sometimes. I understand that I can. Like, Supermans could be biased to their own. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about my history with DC. Let me think. I never really got any cash for the chores I did. I never got any allowance, and this was because my father wanted me, my siblings, my brother, my sister, to really understand and respect hard work. And I kind of respect him for that. It really has molded me and changed the person who I am today. But my mom liked to cheat, and once a year, usually in June, she gives me and my brother $20. We're able to spend on anything. And behold, Batman comics. This was actually the first time I saw Batman comics. I was about 13 or 14 years old when I picked up Batman comics. Before that, I usually just picked up some knockoff anime comics. Not manga, anime comics. They're different. They read like American comics. And it's not as good as manga or as American comics are. And I read them, and I never really liked them. I'm sorry. Even as much as I love Batman, I could not pick up an individual issue except for one tiny aspect. And this is the aspect. The Joker. Anything with the Joker, I had to pick up. I found the Joker very, very interesting. I fell in love with the Joker in the anime series. I fell in love with the Joker in the Batman movie when I was a little kid. Actually, I should have talked about the movie before I got into comics, because I would watch the movie since I was 6 years old with Jack Nicholson as Joker. And until The Dark Knight, Jack Nicholson has been my favorite actor as the Joker in real life acting. Of course, Mark Hamill's my favorite voice actor of the Joker, but it's really Jack Nicholson that I would say, yeah, that's Joker and all that jazz. So saying that, Batman has been mostly what I've collected. Especially with the Joker. And actually picking up a story, a very interesting story. One of my most favorite stories. I can't show you it right now because I do not have it. That introduced me to one of the greatest comic book writers ever. And that story is The Killing Joke. And the writer is Alan Moore. The Killing Joke is one of the best graphic novels I've ever read. It will be probably any of you favorite graphic novels. If you ever get into comics, I say The Killing Joke will be your first story to get into. No, I try to tell everyone that you have to read The Killing Joke. You have to. It really changed my perspective of Batman. It really changed on the writing style, on what I look for in a comic, on writing style. And that's because of Alan Moore. This was actually the first origin story of the Joker, and Alan Moore took it and wrote the whole story. If those who did not know who Alan Moore is, well, also V for Vendetta, Swamp Thing, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I'm sorry, I have bad speech, people. He has written many great things in his lifetime. And it's sad to look at other comics, compare it to this work. It's kind of unfair. Okay, we'll get to this one. We'll get to that. So, with my new love for The Killing Joke and the Joker and Batman and getting into all the comics and all that, I do not have any of the original issues that I bought when I was a child. I apologize for that. Most of them are torn up and I had to throw them away. But I do have the books. And one book caught my eye. And it's mostly because of the artwork. And when I looked at it, I just had to get it because, well, just look at it. The Justice series has the most beautiful artwork I have ever seen in any comics. The Killing Joke had great, amazing artwork, but this was just gorgeous. This was just beautiful. I mean, just look at that. This was such a piece of art. Comics have two things that I love. And if any of you have any passion for one or the other, I recommend that you try to go in comics. Two things that I love: great literature and art. And comics are able to bring both together. Sure, if we look at some other comics, I'm not going to bash Watchmen. But if you compare it to Justice, they're totally different art styles because they're from totally different times. We'll get into more about the times in another video. So after getting into Justice series. I didn't really know what to read. No, I was happy of picking up most of Marvel stuff. Then the Watchmen movie came out. So, I saw the trailers, I found it very interesting, but that did not get me into Watchmen. No, what got me into Watchmen was top 100 greatest graphic novels. And Watchmen was in that top 100. It's easy in the top 5 for me. It's the number 1 for me, especially. And reading this, just opening it up and reading this, it is the definition of a graphic novel. It has the art, but it also has segments and parts from a book that one of the characters write as the story goes along. And it's just amazing. It talks about so much. I could barely cover all of it. I'm not really going to go into much of the political or religious debate that this goes through, because you know what? I want you to read it and translate it yourself. I would say, if you're not a comic book fan, read this. If you love books, love literature, you have to read Watchmen. Watchmen is not just a comic book. Watchmen is not just a graphic novel. It is a masterpiece. It is a piece of art. It is the best literature that you'll probably ever read. And it beats a lot of the cliche Stephen King stuff. Eons Fold, so. Okay. I'm actually going to wrap this up next time. We're actually going to go into more into Watchmen and about the characters. And we're also going to go and talk about the big debate. Superman versus Batman. Well, until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you keep on top of my videos, as next time we'll talk more about the DC universe and how it has changed for me. It's really changed my perspective of everything. Well, until next time, you guys have a great day.